White Mountains today. And joining us in the studio, Mike Kline is here. Mike, how are you?
Great.
I haven't seen you in a while, so good to see you back here.
Good to be back here.
And so today we're going to talk about, of course with Mike, we could talk about like a million things, but we're going to focus on the Framed Art Superstore.
Okay. I was going to talk about analyzing the risk between going for the quick win or shopping for the... Never mind. Yeah. This is good. We can talk about.
We'll talk about the Framed Art Superstore because there's a lot of things, and of course you got big doings this month. You got a sale. Yeah,
always big doings of some sort. And lately we've had great success with printing your photos on canvas. Not yours specifically. Okay.
I was gonna go,
not yours specifically.
Where'd you get my pictures? What's going on?
You with all your boys, I imagine you take a lot of pictures.
Oh yes, tons of
we need to talk about that because we want you to get those photos off your hard drive and onto your wall, because these are great memories and some of them will be treasured forever, and your kids will treasure them when they're grown up. So everybody's walking around with digital cameras now.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean everybody's a photographer. But as you know, people have seen, we're right there at the south end of the village, and we have the big canvas photos out on the lawn taken by professional professional photographers. So customers are always asking, can you print my photos like that? And, well, we can print them like that. Whether they'll look like that or not depends on, and it matters. Doesn't matter if you're a good photographer or not. So, well, if it's your memory, if it's your kid, it's your dog, it's your vacation memory, it's something that works for you.
Absolutely.
We'll help you figure out how large can you print it. We can start talking pixels and DPI, and everyone gets very bored very quickly. But we'll help you figure out how large you can go to make it look good. And we've taken some photos that just don't look good at all when you blow them up, and we can do tricks to them to make them into some other fun art that will still capture the same cherished memory.
Right.
So, and we've made pop art photos, for instance, where it doesn't matter how poor the quality was. We can take a really low res and turn it into some great pop art piece or something, and commemorate, put some words, and make it into a fun museum type poster or something. We lost our best friend of 14 years back at the end of December. Zeus and Zach, they worked at the store for well, 13 years now that we've had the store.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had to put Zeus down right after Christmas. And I had this, our favorite photo of Zeus. This was taken when he was about 6 months old. And he's a good-looking boy.
Yep.
And I just took this photo long before I had a digital camera. So I scanned it. And when I scanned this at a high resolution, this photo that's been laying around for all these years has a lot of dirt on, there's little scratches in it, and all of those things become enlarged.
Right.
And it's not going to look good on canvas. So I did a little work in Photoshop, did some special techniques to it, and this was the end result. And we think it just came out gorgeous.
Oh, I think it's great.
Isn't that nice?
And I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but because really right now, if you look at it on TV, it looks like a great photograph. But when you look at it closer, you can see the photoshopping that's been done kind of, I don't know, fuzzing it up a little bit.
Fuzzing it up. That's the technical jargon, yeah.
And but it looks terrific.
Yeah. So thanks. We're very happy with it. Now and there's a lot of options. We could make this. I have another sample I just ordered for the store, one size larger. This is a 16 by 20, so we're going to print one. This will print nicely at a 20 by 24. We're going to make the thick sides. This is the thin stretcher bars. We have the option to make these thicker. We have the option of wrapping the photo around the side. We wanted to emphasize and bring in the same black on the side.
Yeah.
I've got one I've just printed of my niece in a big green hat when she was just a little toddler, and nothing cuter than a 2-year-old girl in a giant hat. So we'll color match the edges in the green from the green hat.
Yeah. So I mean, there's just so many options that you can do with that.
Yeah, and we just take it step by step and help you choose. Okay, let's choose a photo. Let's choose a cropping that makes sense. Let's get the technique that you want done. Then choose the kind of wrap you want, or do you want it framed? Most people don't frame the photos on canvas. There's really no need. They're made to just kind of float on the wall.
And like you say, with the especially when you get into the old photos, traditionally you would if you had a copy, or even if you had the negative, they don't blow up very well. But there's the the trickery.
Yeah, we have tricks. We have tricks
to do that. I mean, that picture, when you brought it in, I didn't know that it had been fuzzed up a little.
Yeah.
But I like it because from a distance, it looks like a crystal clear photograph. But when you get up close, it's got that contrast to it, which is really neat.
It's almost an impressionistic painting in the background with the grass. But we really, dulling the grass really brought him more into focus, and that's what the picture's about. That's not to say that we can make miracles happen with things that you've made for the computer. You post it on Facebook. It's 72 DPI. That's for internet use. It's not going to print well, even on paper this big. It's not going to blow up. But the canvas printing on canvas is very forgiving. much more so than paper. It does have its own texture, so it's already a little bit modeled because of the texture and the bumps in the canvas. Also, when you print larger, you don't print at the same DPI, if you will, as you would to look at it here, because you're looking at it and enjoying it 5 or 10 feet away, that your eyes pull it back together for you, like it does with impressionistic painting.
Right.
You can't see it up close, but when you step back, it all comes into focus.
Yep. And you got a couple more examples here.
This example of, this is an old vintage postcard of Echo Lake and Cathedral Ledge. So this is a scanned image, and if you look closely, sitting here at the distance you and I are looking at it, we see things that I suppose could be photoshopped out, but why?
Yeah.
Do we want it to be perfect, or do we want it to be a scanned old vintage postcard? And we think it looks terrific, and that's fun for especially for a vacation home here. People are always looking for local photos, and we have a lot of new local photos and local photographers we're working with all the time.
Yep.
But this has a certain old feel to it, an old charm to it that we like.
And you wrap the edges on that one.
This is called a gallery wrap, and this is the thick stretcher bars, and wrap the image right around the side. So it just kind of floats on the wall. The wall kind of becomes the matting for the picture.
Right.
All right. And they come to you this way. They're on stretcher bars in the back. They're all stretched, stapled, ready to hang. And we, if you're out of town, we send it direct to your house free of charge. So there's no charge for shipping. It shows up in about a week or 10 days.
That's terrific.
Yeah. And vacation photos, we've got this. We sell a surprising amount of beach scenes here. Of course, we have a lot of folks that go back and forth between the Cape and the mountains and like enjoy both. So this terrific beach scene, you'd be lucky enough to get that shot on your vacation.
Right.
And what a nice piece of art it makes.
And this is a good thing too. When you talk about the texture of the canvas, I mean, it almost kind of brings the sand to life. It gives a sand texture right here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that one's very cool too.
Yeah.
And now this is just but a smidgen of what you have down there, or what you can do.
Absolutely. We have. Well, let's see. There's so much. I mean, where to begin? We do try and have a lot of local things. Of course, the ski art this time of year is very big, and this year the new King Pine ski poster. We did one yesterday. They wanted customized to the new King Pine. I've done a couple of customs. Last year was the Bretton Woods poster. We've personalized those. Just take out the Bretton Woods and we put up there the Clark family ski lodge and a ski house or whatever. Put your own words on it. Put your kids' names in the skis. And we've been doing a lot more custom work with those as well. And of course, tons of local and local feeling photography and photography from around the world on the big canvases. And of course, we still have our regular hand-painted oils and our framed, more traditional presentations of framed art. So. And
you're located right in the middle of North Conway Village.
Well, on the fashionable south end, I guess, technically. When people wandering out of Zed's and looking for me.
Okay,
we're a block south. Yeah, we're across from TD Bank, just south of the gas station there on the south end of the town. Depends which way you're going. If you're coming into town from the south, we're on the left as you come into town.
Yep, but you can see it because you got the beautiful building, and then you have the paintings and the photographs out front.
Yep. Weather permitting, you can't. It's hard to miss. And we have some sample pricing on our February sale for custom printing your photos on canvas. Is in this weekend's Daily Sun. Comes out. It's the weekend paper, right? Yep. Saturday, Sunday, Monday edition. It's on page something. Page 8, page 9. I can't read that without glasses on there.
Neither can I. So we'll go with page 8 or 9.
Page 8, yeah. List of prices and some samples in there.
Well, that's terrific. Well, Mike, thanks so much for coming down. I bet we'll see you again.
I'll be here Thursday. We're going to be on talking about goings-on in North Conway Village during vacation week.
Awesome. So that sounds great. Well, good to see you. And don't forget the Framed Art Superstore, located right there on the fashionable south end of North Conway Village. And we'll be back here in just a minute on White.